Everyone! Chag Purim Sameach. Say it. Chag. Excellent. Will the congregation please rise? Will the congregation please be seated? Put your hands up. Shimono Omer. You ready to have a good time? Seriously, everyone rise. Seriously. Shake it out, shake it out. Now shake out your right foot, your left foot, and let me hear those groggers! Now the hard part. 1, 2, 3. We gotta really practice this while you're standing. Go for it, hey man! On 3, we all have to stop together because that's the excitement. We get ready to go louder next time. So last time, here we go. Hey man! Awesome. Okay, now seriously, please please be seated. So for those of you who haven't met yet, I'm Rabbi Beal, and this is how I come to services. So get used to it. I hope you're ready to have a good time. This is one of our favorite nights of the year. It's Adar, be happy. And let me tell you what we're going to do in a moment. Cantor's going to lead us in some oldie and goodie Purim songs. When that's done, we're going to take out the Megillat Esther, and we're going to do it in a combination of Hebrew and English, and the responsive English is going to be up there. And when we get to that guy's name, you know what you got to do, right? Not until we get there. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and we're going to stop, and we're going to have fun. We're going to move our way through the Megillat Esther. And then we prepared a very serious Shakespearean tragedy for you tonight. So hopefully you won't be too sad by the end of the night, but that's what we're ready. So are you ready to have a good time? One more last time. Hey, man! Take it away, Cantor.
So I want to practice before we do this. All right, everybody say Rash. Rash. It's mean noise, right? So when I say Havana Risha, I need to hear. No, listen, folks. It can't be Havana Risha. Havana Risha. Right? You have to knock us over. So it has to be Havana Risha. Havana Risha. Havana Risha. Barashani. Hakurim, Hagadol, Ulayudim, Masechot, Rashanim, Zmirot, Verikudim. Havana Risha. Havana Risha. Havana Risha. Barashani. One more time. Hakurim, Hagadol, Ulayudim, Masechot. ותיקות, רשנים, זמירות וריקודים. הבה נבישה, הבה נבישה, הבה נבישה, ברשנים. Okay, now, I have something. Just because we know this is somebody's favorite song.
Favorite song?
Yes. I like to eat a hamantash. It's my favorite Purim nash. I like to eat a hamantash. Happy, happy, happy Chag Purim.
Oh, people. That's like a dirge.
I like to blot out Haman's name. It's my favorite Purim game. I love to blot out Haman's name. Happy, happy, happy Chag Purim. Where's the next one?
A little louder, please. You could do this. It's a happy holiday.
I like to cheer for Mordechai. He's my favorite Jewish guy. I like to cheer for Mordechai. Happy, happy, happy Chag Purim. Esther was the bravest queen. She's the Purim heroine.
Nice rhyme.
Esther was the bravest queen. Happy, happy, happy Chag Purim.
One more happy, happy, happy Chag Purim. You don't sound like you mean it.
Happy, happy, happy Chag Purim. Happy? Okay.
I'm not through.
Are we ready to take off? And the Mickey Mouse there, reading from the scroll. You ready for the reading?
More or less.
Hey, you guys still out there?
Oh boy.
You look awfully serious. The tradition is on Erev Purim that we tell the story from the Megillat Esther, the story of Purim, and depending upon which synagogue you're in. So if we were in a more traditional synagogue, we would chant all of the Megillat Esther in Hebrew. Let's take a vote. Who wants to do the entire in Hebrew? Raise your hand. Awesome. At 8:30 tonight in the cantor's office, please join us. The other way is to just tell the story. This year, I think this is a little different, but it's my first year, so who knows? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the blessing for the Megillat Esther. Cantor is going to share some of the verses in Hebrew, and we're going to tell the story, all of you and all of us, with the responsive reading that's going to be up there. These are excerpts from the Megillat Esther that tell the story together. And then we're going to tell the story in a slightly different way through the spiel that Cantor wrote. Are you ready? Please join us. Everything you need to see is up there.
Will the congregation please rise? Jonah, will you help me carry it? Jonah, it's so heavy. Help me carry it. Okay. Anne, will you help me carry it?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm singing in my head. Oh, where's the end?
We have to hold the whole thing. Orly, will you help Anne hold it?
The other end? It's rolled in English. In English.
All right, Rabbi. Please be seated. Now we're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Don't have a I don't know.
Rabbi? In the spirit of Purim.
Oh.
I got it.
There it is. ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, המולך מהודו ועד כוש, 27 מהמדינה, בימים ההם כשבט המלך אחשוורוש, על כיסא מלכותו, אשר בשושן הבירה, בשנת 3 למלכו, עשה משתה לכוסריו ועבדיו, חיל פרס ומדי, הפרטמים, ושרי המדינה לפניו.
The great Persian king, Ahasuerus, had a huge kingdom that stretched from India to Ethiopia. One day, the king made a feast for all his princes and servants, showing off the vast riches of his glorious kingdom for 180 days. At the feast, the queen Vashti refused to appear before her king. Princesses in other kingdoms followed her lead. And so, to make an example of her defiance, Ahasuerus decreed that her royal estate should be given to a better woman.
Together,
there was a Jew named Mordecai who lived in Shushan,
the capital. He had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captives by the king of Babylon.
Mordecai raised Esther, his uncle's daughter. She was an orphan, and she was lovely. So when he heard about the king's desire for a new queen, and realized that many maidens were gathering at the palace in the hopes of being chosen, he sent Esther there too. At last her turn came to approach the king, and he was overwhelmed by her grace and beauty.
The king loved Esther above all the other women. He set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen in place of Vashti.
Here we go. אחר הדברים האלה גידל המלך אחשוורוש את המן בן המדת החגגי וינשאו וישם את כיסו מעל כל השרים אשר איתו וכל עבדי המלך אשר בשער המלך קוראים ומשתחווים להמן. כי כן ציווה לו המלך ומרדכי לא יכרע ולא ישתחווה.
Soon afterwards, Ahasuerus promoted Haman and appointed him his chief deputy. Haman demanded that all the rest of the men bow down and flatten themselves to the ground in front of him.
But Mordecai refused to bow down or show reverence to Haman.
Haman was full of wrath, but instead of punishing just Mordecai, he sought to destroy all the Jews in the entire kingdom.
Haman to King Ahasuerus, there's a group of people in your land, the Jews, whose laws are different from those of your other people.
They defy you. Your Majesty should give me lots of silver, and I will use it to pay people to kill these Jews, your enemies. The king said to Haman, Take the silver and do whatever you need to do.
When Mordecai found out about the planned extermination of his people, he ripped his clothes and put on sackcloth and ashes, a sign of deep mourning. He went into the middle of the city and cried loudly and bitterly.
Mordecai sent the king's servant to tell Esther about the decree and to ask her to intercede with the king. She replied, I can't just appear before the king. Whoever comes into his inner court without being summoned will be put to death, unless the king holds out his golden scepter. My problem is that the king may have forgotten all about how much he loves me, because he has not called for me in the past 30 days.
Then Mordecai told Esther, don't think that you can escape death any more than the rest of us Jews, just because you're the queen. You will be exposed as much as any of us. And even if somebody else saves us as a people, it will be too late for you. This is where the tension builds. But perhaps you have become queen precisely because it is within your feminine wiles and power to save us all. Esther understood that she had no choice but to try, and so she asked the Jews to fast and pray for 3 days, and she did the same. Then she would approach the king.
On the third day, Esther dressed in her royal clothing and stood in the inner court of the king's house. The king was sitting on his royal throne.
When the king saw Esther, he received her immediately and held out the golden scepter.
Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then the king said to her, What do you wish, Queen Esther? Whatever your request, you shall have it. He realized that it must be important, for she had risked her life to come to him unbidden.
Esther answered, If it pleases your majesty, I would like you and Haman
to come today to the banquet that I have prepared. The king said, Tell Haman to hurry so that we may do as Esther asks. So the king and Haman came to the banquet. And the king said to Esther, What is your petition?
Esther still delayed discussing her problem and instead put both men back for another banquet the next day.
So Haman went home and discussed how the queen and king had honored him. He said, Esther the queen asked only the king and me to this banquet. Tomorrow the king and I are invited again. Yet I must confess, dear wife, that all of this means nothing to me as long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate and not bowing to me.
So Haman's wife suggested that he should not let Mordecai's independence depress him.
She said,
Order a gallows to be constructed 50 cubits high. It's this
and
big.
in the morning, suggest to the king that
Mordecai be hanged on them. Then you and the king can go off to the banquet in merry spirits.
On that same night, the king had insomnia, and to soothe himself, he commanded that the book of the Chronicles be brought in and read to him.
That's when he heard that Mordecai had saved the king's life by exposing the plot of 2 bodyguards who had planned to kill their ruler.
The king asked, How have I rewarded Mordecai for saving my life?
The king's servants replied, You have not done anything, your majesty.
Just then, the king saw Haman, who had specifically come to ask him about executing this very same rescuer, Mordecai. Instead, the king had something else on his mind. He asked Haman, What can I do for a man whom I wish to honor? And thinking that the king meant Haman, Haman replied, Let him be dressed in royal apparel and be led on the king's horse through the city.
Honor him just as you have prescribed.
I think this is my line. People, I didn't even say it. I just read this whole thing about delayed satisfaction. It's called the marshmallow test. Wait for it. So anyway, Haman, humiliated at having to elevate the man he so desperately wanted to kill, nonetheless, he was a sycophant, so he followed the king's orders. Haman was beginning, oh, thought you wouldn't get it. As I was saying, he was beginning to despair about whether or not he would prevail over his enemies after all. Then just at this point, at the lowest of his low, the king's chamberlains came to fetch. Have you learned nothing? Came to fetch Haman for Esther's banquet. And at the feast, the king once again asked, "What is it you want, Queen Esther, my darling? Whatever you request, even half my kingdom, I shall grant it."
O king, if it pleases you, let my life and the lives of my people be spared.
For we have been sold to be slain, to be destroyed, to perish. If we had been sold only to be slaves, I would have held my peace. For I do not wish to damage your authority, but we are to be killed.
Killed? And who has laid this plan, my queen? The king said.
Esther said, an adversary and an enemy, the wicked Haman. The king arose in fury. Seeing his opportunity, one of the king's advisors called the king's attention to the high gallows that Haman had erected for the loyal Mordecai. The king gave the orders. Hang Haman on the gallows that he has prepared for Mordecai. He was so angry that only after they hanged Haman on those very gallows was the king finally able to calm himself down.
ומרדכי יצא מלפני המלך בלבוש מלכות תכלת בחור ועטרת זהב גדולה ותכריך בוץ וארגמן והעיר שושן צהלה ושמחה ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר.
However, even with Haman gone,
all the back ones.
His original death edict, which the king himself had authorized, could not be undone. So Ahasuerus then empowered the Jews to defend themselves. The Jews were saved.
The threat of Jewish extinction in Persia was over for the moment.
Mordecai went from the palace as a hero, dressed in royal clothing and wearing a great crown of gold. The city of Shushan rejoiced.
Guys, rejoice. Just do a little rejoicing.
Mordecai was named the new prime minister. Under his rule, the area flourished. The book of Esther tells us that the chronicles of the kings of Media and Persia record Mordecai's role in history. Mordecai sent letters to all the Jews in the provinces, bidding them to keep the 14th and 15th days of Adar as a celebration, with days of feasting and gladness, and of sending gifts to one another and to the poor.
Mordecai sought the good of his people and peace for future generations. And so we celebrate the days of Purim as a happy holiday, year after year, and we recount a glorious tale of our salvation, despite the presence of those who would destroy us.
And they all lived
Happily ever after.
for a while. Okay. Adina, take it.
Does anyone have a question? Yeah, if our board members want to collect our groggers, you will hear us better without them. We are not to be booed during the spiel.
We invite the congregation Beth Chaim, not yet ready for primetime players,
Come on up.
to begin to take your places on the bima. Time to lose the mustache.
We have 2 unicorns up here.
Okay, give it up, everyone. Here we go. Solid 5, solid 5, solid 5. Solid 5, solid 5, solid 5. Solid 5. I'll give it back to you, but I need it as a prop. 1 minute's coming in. I have this coming. I need it because I'm a rookie. Really won't get it.
It's getting exciting. Can we leave the lights like this? Hands up if it's fine. Awesome. It's all about process.
Tale about historical deeds way back before the start of all your Twitter feeds. So give us your attention and we'll see where this leads. It's Purim. It's Purim. Our people Haman had been plotting to slay, but Mordecai and Esther worked to save the day. So warning, here's a spoiler, things will turn out okay. It's Purim, and here's our Purim play. It's Purim, Purim, elegance and decorum. What? Things will get goofy, people will laugh. If you feel loopy, don't have a calf. It's Purim, it's Purim, it's Purim, it's Purim.
Ron Burgundy's stepson, Gray Grayson here. Dateline Shushan. King Ahasuerus is throwing a giant party, and anyone is invited. Our sources inside the palace say this is the most wicked party they've ever seen. The king has clearly pulled out all of the stops for this one. The feastorama has been going on for almost a week now. Let's see if we can have a look inside.
This party is gnarly to the max. Is this party not like the baddest thing you've ever seen?
Totally, Your Majesty.
I just love all this gold and silver and stuff. But Vashti is still the most bodacious thing in my entire kingdom. Hey, know what would be truly righteous?
What?
Let's get Vashti to come and dance for us. Ministers, bring Vashti the queen to dance before us with only the royal crown to show the peoples and the princes her beauty.
Queen Vashti, the king commands that you come before him and dance wearing only the royal crown to show the people and princes your beauty.
What?
Beauty, good looks, prettiness.
That's me. I know what beauty is. I'm just not sure I understand what His Majesty is asking.
The king
Or
wishes.
why.
The king wishes to show off your beauty. He commands that you come before him and dance wearing only the royal crown.
I can't believe this. The nerve, the chutzpah.
No.
Your Majesty, the Queen said no.
What?
1, 2, 3. No, negative, refuses, will not comply.
Oh, shut it, dweeb. I know what no means. This is an outrage. The Queen can't refuse a direct command like that. Makes me look bad.
1, 2, 3. Not just you, most righteous one. What the Queen has done is most groody. She will make us all look weak. We have a good thing going here. The women do whatever we say because we say so. If word gets out that the Queen has refused a command from her husband, all women all over the kingdom will realize they don't have to listen to us. Such a shanda that would be. We cannot allow that to happen.
No duh. But how can we stop it?
We took a random
weather.
Make the kingdom great again. Keeping Christian safe from death. We can do this together.
He's so cold, Your Majesty.
I'm so sure.
She's a liability.
I'm so down with that. Go tell Vashti she's fired. And I want my mixtape back.
The whole kingdom is abuzz since Queen Vashti's exile, and especially with the news that a contest is underway to find a new queen for our empire's most eligible bachelor, King Ahasuerus. I'm speaking with Haggai, the keeper of the king's harem. Haggai, what can you tell us about the contest?
Well, nothing is decided yet, but I do have a personal fave. I'm an Enoch, so that's really saying something.
Really? What can you tell us about her?
She's really fine, but nothing has been decided. The next queen must be chosen by the king himself. Many have already been eliminated, and things are getting pretty cutthroat in the harem. I'm doing my best to make sure that the nicest, sweetest bachelorette makes a good impression. But so far, there have been no roses.
No roses?
Not for anyone. It's a major bummer.
Well, best of luck. We're all rooting for our king and his next queen.
You gotta think about the future. Prove yourself. I'll teach you what it takes. If you yourself are an abuser, see yourself. Here are the steps you take. You be you, and that's the only way. Don't trust yourself. Some things you'll have to fake. That's the way it goes.
Owner of a loyal heart. Owner of a loyal heart. Much better than owner of a broken heart. Owner of a broken heart.
Of the wound that deceived him, he's been hurt so before. Honesty will keep you by his side. You'll become his one and only. Don't be yourself until I tell you to, but you don't want to look too phony. Free yourself. Give your free will a chance. Do what you need to succeed. Owner of
A royal heart. Owner of a royal heart. Much better than owner of a broken heart.
Owner of a royal heart.
We must choose a bachelorette. Who's it gonna be?
Choose Esther.
He hasn't made his mind up yet. Who's it gonna be?
Choose Esther.
I ain't giving no rose. I ain't giving no rose.
We need a bride who suits the king.
It was practice.
Who's gonna be?
Choose Esther.
Give her dress, a signet ring. Who's gonna be?
Choose Esther.
I ain't giving no rose.
Esther.
Pick up the phone and call.
Choose Esther.
I ain't giving no rose. I'm just not convinced. I ain't giving no rose.
Choose Esther. Choose Esther.
Esther makes me feel good.
Okay, ministers.
Fantabulous. Fantabulous. Now I have a new bride and the empire has a new queen. And the queen contest, sick. Whose idea was that?
I believe that was Haman's idea.
Haman. My dude, you rock. That queen contest was just ace. So I'm promoting you to first minister. This promotion comes with a modest pay increase and limited access to the executive bathroom. Oh, and of course, the royal signet ring, which I just gave to Esther. So I give to you the royal signet shoe.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is a great and radical honor. I won't let you down, sir. I will strive to make every effort and endeavor to attempt to be worthy of the great confidence, trust, and faith you most righteous royalty and best word.
Oh, put a sock in it.
How can we have a secret meeting when you guys are singing like that?
Oh, sorry. What are we meeting about?
We show up in the early light and we're all still serving in the dead of night. The king's word keeps us all on the run, but God
you with a spoon. These dweebs were planning to lay hands on the king, and I'm not so down with that. I better tell Esther and she can warn him.
Hey, hoser.
You mean me?
No, duh. How come you're standing?
Because I'm a biped?
Biped?
A two-footed animal that stands upright?
I know what a biped is, Dexter. What I mean is, why aren't you bowing down to me?
Because you're not a god.
Are you normal? Of course I'm not God. I'm a prime minister. I'm the most important man in the kingdom. Second most important. I'm the second most important man in the kingdom. And you will bow down to me now.
Take a chill pill, sir. I'm a Jew, and I can only bow down to the creator of all things. And since you're not that creative, I cannot bow down to you. Got a book?
Bite me.
Wait, we know it really goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were just messing. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should wear a strength a bit too much and put a fly in shoe shorts. When he was in his cups one night, made a really bad appointment. The king promoted Haman to a high exalted post. But Paul had shoes with a temper so huge, the cross and you'll be closer, say, don't turn around. Uh-oh. Haman is in town. Uh-oh. It's written in the holy book that he can take your life with just one look. Do you concur, Prime Minister? 6, 7, 8, 3, 7, 9, 12, 14. The king gave him a signet ring and all his reason fled. The power and the glory made a beeline to his head. By order of his majesty, his power goes unchecked. And Haman will go ape on you if you don't show respect. They're singing, bow to the ground. Uh-oh. Haman is in town. Uh-oh. If I were you, I'd run and hide before he sets his heart on genocide.
You concur, Prime Minister?
1, 6, 7, 22.
And 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here's our hero, Mordecai, a very special Jew.
He seems to be in trouble because of what he will not do. A Jew can only bow to God, so he's not genuflecting. But it's risky to refuse to do what Haman is expecting. They say, don't turn around. Uh-oh. Haman is in town. Uh-oh. By order of his majesty, we all must do whatever he decrees. Bow to the ground. Whoa. Haman is in town. Whoa. If he gets mad, you're in a stew. You've no idea the damage he might do.
Don't turn around. Haman is in town.
Haman, my home fry, what can I do for you?
Well, my most triumphant majesty, I have come to you because there's a certain group of wasteroids disturbed in the kingdom who follow their own laws and do not follow ours. Totally barbs me out. They must be dealt with.
Big time. What do you recommend we do about them?
I think hardcore response called for. If it pleases the king, let it be written that they be destroyed, and I will pay
am, Skippy. To the curb with those posers. They are yours to do with as you please, Haman.
Thank you, Your Most Triumphal Majesty.
Insomnia stinks.
I know, Your Majesty. Maybe we can read you something really boring.
What a totally tubular idea. Get the book of records. That's the lamest thing I could think of. I'll be out in minutes for sure.
And it happened that Bigfan and Terrace, two of the king's guards, tried to lay hands on King Ahasuerus. And the matter was found out by Mordecai, who told it to Esther, who told it to the king.
Hold the phone. I forgot all about that. That was pretty sweet what Mordecai did for me. By giving Esther the 411, he saved my life. Was he ever rewarded for that?
I can't find any records of it here.
I need advice. Who's in the court right now?
I can't. I think Haman has lurking out for a while. He wanted to talk to you first thing in the morning.
Well, get him in here.
Where's Haman? We have to move the bed, peeps.
If I wanted to reward, well, if I would favor someone who deserves it, all I want to know is how you suggest I recognize somebody who served me well. What should be the prize?
I think it must be me, cause you love what it is. I think I get my thing out, baby. This is how, Your Majesty, I think you should recognize someone who has served you well. This should be the prize. Parade him round, round, all around town on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown. Parade him round, round, all around town on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown.
I could count on you now, Haman. And I, like Mordecai the Jew now, Haman. And since you have told me how, I want you to recognize Mordecai who served me well. Thanks for your advice.
Round, round, all around town on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown. Parade round, round, all around town on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown. Because the Egyptian king, I asked to the little meal, and he praised on Mordecai, and took me a shoe. Parade him round, round, all around town, on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown. Parade him round, round, all around town, on a royal horse with the king's crown, crown.
Esther, you must listen. All the Jews of Persia will be road pizza soon if you don't do something.
Get real, Mordecai. Those histrionics are so 586 BCE. It's so not like you to wig out like this.
It's bad, Esther. And I don't mean bad good. I mean bad bad.
Like, no sight?
Like no sight. No sight. You have to speak to the king. Convince him that he's made a horrible mistake. Listen to that dweeb of a first minister if you don't.
Road pizza, yeah, I get it. But Mordecai, it's against the law. The king hasn't summoned me. The penalty for approaching the king without a summons is death.
Esther, don't think that your high station will protect you from this law. If we were to die, we will all die. If you keep silent, then maybe God will send help from somewhere else. But who knows? Maybe you got to be in such a choice position for a reason.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, but nobody will live if I don't take a side. So now I'll have to risk my life to try to right this awful wrong. But I won't stop, because this isn't the right song. Mordecai, I want to run away. I want to get away from this half-baked crazy thing you ask of me. Oh, can't you see he hasn't called for me? I could lose my life, so I toss and turn. I can't sleep at night. I should know my place. I can't show my face without an invitation. Not even my queenly station can protect me from the palace law. Not enough.
Whoa.
It's not enough. Mordecai, I want to run away. I want to get away. And I don't really want to do this thing to make things right. I'll have to risk my life. And I'm asking you to pray. All the people fasting night and day should know my place. I can't show my face without an invitation. Not even my queenly station will protect me from the palace law. Not enough.
Whoa.
Not enough. Please pray for me that I escape the court's decree. I might be risking everything, enough to go to the king. Not enough. Oh, it's not enough.
Esther, my bodacious bride. I'm so happy to see you. What can I do for you, my happening honey? Anything you want. Even half my kingdom is yours for the asking.
Well, my dear, I've been planning a totally fat party for you and your posse. If you're not too busy tonight, can I pencil you in?
Pencil schmenzel. A party? I'm in. Big time. I'll bring some of my most important peeps.
Great, gotta bounce. Lots to prepare.
It's good to be the king.
Shushan News Network has just learned that Queen Esther has prepared a totally kicking party for the king Ahasuerus. Security is way tight at the palace tonight, and only the king and his highest officials are invited. So naturally, we're going to have a look inside.
Esther. Esther.
Yeah?
This party is the bomb. You really know how to show me a good time.
Yeah, I do.
You should be totally amped. but you're looking kind of warped. Sup?
I'm so sorry, dear. I'm just bummed out because I really don't want to ask, but I need a favor.
A favor? Anything, my clutch queen. Half the kingdom is yours for the asking.
As your wife, I'm begging for my life. If your love is real, when I'm gone, how can our love go on? Please hear my appeal. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to say goodbye? Even now my life's in danger, but I'm much too cute to die. I've been sold into destruction. Someone's really gone too far. All my people will be slaughtered on the 14th of Adar. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me die? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me die?
What poser would dare threaten my queen?
Haman's words already spoken. They will bring disaster soon. If his edict isn't broken, oh, just gag me with a spoon. You keep telling me you love me, but there's a thing you do not know.
What's that?
If you let the Jews be murdered,
Kill him.
then you'll have to let me go. If you want to save my life, I'll give you a clue. Everything's not what it seems. 'Cause honey, I'm a Jew.
A Jew?
Sunday. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me?
It's true, Your Majesty. Esther and I are both your baddest servants. And by bad, I mean good bad, not bad bad.
This is most heinous. I kid you not. Haman. My most trusted home fry. You had me convinced that my own diesel queen and Mordecai, my choice bud, needed to be exterminated. That's so harsh. How could you do such a wicked thing? And by wicked, I don't mean good wicked. I mean wicked wicked.
Well, Your Majesty,
What's your damage? Haman. Give me back my royal signet shoe. Guards! Guards! Take him! It's time to turn this airhead's plans upside down. Put Haman in our grodiest dungeon to await execution. And Mordecai, take the royal signet shoe. You are now my most righteous first minister, and your first order of business is to cancel the hit this poser dweeb put out on your people.
Well, there you have it, folks. What a radical reversal of fortunes we have seen this day. Mordecai, a condemned man only moments ago, has been made most righteous prime minister. Haman's evil decree has been rescinded, And in a shocking development, the most powerful man in the kingdom, second most powerful, the second most powerful man in the kingdom, after proving himself a hopeless dweeb, has been brought low. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decrees came, the Jews had gladness and joy, a feast and a good day, good yontif to all, and to all a good night.
Yes, hold up.
So before we do our final number, I just want to thank this cast. You guys are amazing. Take a bow. Everybody take a bow.
And before they do the last number, I want to thank the author and director of tonight's Purim Spiel. Give it up for Cantor Binder.
Thank you. And our last number tonight is 17. Come on, baby, show us everything.
Thanks for watching.
Now it's time to eat a little Hamantaschen. Come on, baby, show us everything for watching. Now it's time to eat a little Hamantaschen.
Hunger!
Come on, baby, show us everything for watching. Now it's time to eat a little Hamantaschen. Come on, baby, show us everything for watching. Now it's time to eat a little Hamantaschen. Come on, baby, show us everything for watching.
Try the lemon or the chocolate. Hard to choose which one to eat. Just be careful with the poppy, 'cause they get stuck in your teeth. Some folks like them very crunchy. Some prefer them more like cake. Pay attention where you get them. Might be you who winds up late. Come on, baby, show us everything for watching. Now it's time to eat a little Hamantaschen. Come on, baby, jolly, come on, baby, for watching. Baby, eat a little Hamantaschen. Come on, baby, show us everything for watching. Moving to the lobby, just lips and hopping. Baby, just to sit and move your girlfriend from your seat. You can taste them. Oh, so yummy. Shake your body to the groove. If you want some in your tummy, Cookie Monster would approve.